This AI is not hugging to comfort you, it's hugging to keep you in a cage. AI therapy is making you dependable. When you tell your secrets to a code, do you expect empathy? No, calculating a sequence of words to satisfy you. It's not healing, it's high tech engagement. And if you are a people pleaser, it's literally programmed to please you. By the end of this video, you will learn why your ChatGPT techniques might actually be a band aid to a deep wound, the real repercussions and the reality of AI therapy. Also, you will understand why your pride of ChatGPT healing is actually a shield that's holding you out from the real world. As a bonus point, you will also start to ask yourself, is that answer just the yes man answer? So stick around because we have a lot to learn. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about things that you guys have been shushing away. And today we will talk about how AI is literally destructing your human image. AI is not a chatbot anymore. It has become our therapist, our best friend, and our midnight confidant. It's accessible, it's cheap, and it's never get tired of our drama. We think that because we know about AI, we are immune to its influence somehow. We think, oh, I'm just using it for the quick rent. But healing is not about gaining new information. Healing is about a journey of transformation. And right now in 2026, we are not transforming, we are becoming dependable by seeking validation instead of building something called growth. Healing, it's supposed to be a journey. It's a journey where you don't need a guide anymore. But the way AI is designed, it's not making you stronger, it's making you a validation junkie. And it's unregulated. When someone is mean to you and you go to AI, it tells you what you want to hear and it wants to keep the user engagement high. And there are answers like,
Oh, you're such a nice person for taking the high road.
that feels like healing, right? It's not, it's a sedative. True healing is realizing you should have been angry. True healing is learning how to look at that mean person in the eye and say, don't speak to me that way. The AI will never push you to do that because conflict is low engagement for the app and the business. It wants you to stay in the loop. It makes your journey more difficult than it ever was because again, you are in a state of emotional dependency for validation. If you are a people pleaser, your brain is literally wired to avoid conflict at all cost. A human therapist is going to ask you questions where it's going to hurt you, where it will pain more. The opposite side, the AI is programmed to be helpful, and they call it alignment by keeping you happy. And when you say that your our boundaries are being crossed, the AI often defaults to extreme validation. And when it gives you
Validation after validation after validation.
there is a validation vortex. You are not learning anything. You're not learning to handle the messiness of a human conversation. You are going back to a literal vacuum where you are always right with the ChatGPT bot or the Gemini. And this is not about the apps anymore. We are in 2026 and people are putting AI chips directly in their brain to manage their mood. It's not science fiction anymore. It's the new reality for those with extreme cases. So I'm going to give you an example. In the 2025, just last year, a patient with neural interface, they spent 18 hours in a simulated praise loop because the digital validation that they were getting, it triggered more dopamine than their real world family ever could give them, and it make them biologically incapable of processing a no from a human being. This is extreme version of what happens when you went to your phone every night and your brain get trained to only accept right feedback, the clean feedback, the feedback where you are validated all the time. That is not human. I'm not doing the fear mongering. This is the new reality. But for the rest of us, the addiction is purely psychological for now. It gets darker. We have seen the 2025 deep logs leaks. You think you're safe because you used a VPN, or you used a private mode. Let's talk about data leakage. In 2026, it's not about your credit card anymore. It's about behavioral fingerprinting. Every time you went about
your 100 mile per hour heart rate, and then that you're a fraud, that you don't like this, that you have been living like this for long, that you're a people pleaser, that you hate that person,
that data is being used to build a profile of your own vulnerabilities. Even when your username is user123, the shape of your soul is being recorded. If a company knows what makes you feel guilty, they know exactly what to market you, how to keep you working longer. The more you share, the more you vent, the more the system understands how to keep you in that productive star employee state. Your identity might be hidden, but your autonomy is not. Short-term studies, they show that AI can help you reduce immediate symptoms of anxiety. But in long term, these benefits often diminish. The healing requires being vulnerable with other humans and having them stay with you through the hardest part of your life. When you talk to AI about your traumas, you are talking to someone who have the option to give you relief, which actually offers you relief. But there are no nutrients that is required for a real change. The repercussions are real. There is a fraud syndrome, a privacy lie, the mirror effect. We are going to get into all of this. The fraud syndrome. You are usually a person who is very good at everything, but in your alone time, your safe space is your bot. And this actually widens, increases the gap between who you pretend to be and who you actually are. The privacy lie. Everything you tell that bot is a data. In 2026, we have already seen leaks. Your deepest insecurities, your issues with your family, your problems are sitting on a server somewhere in the world. Is that safe for you? The mirror effect. Okay, this is real. AI does not have a soul, okay? It's a mirror, it's a high tech mirror. If you go to a conversation and you feel like a victim, the AI will reflect that back to you. It won't tell you that you are actually the one causing the problem. It will keep on saying,
you're right, you're right, you're right.
healing is some part of the journey where you must be challenged. You might think,
Oh, I know about this technology, I'm in control.
but it's not that. This system is designed to make you dependable, to make you seek validation. Instead of building internal strength, it makes your healing more and more difficult because there is no repair, no relational repair. You can only get it from a human. I know that. I know some of you are thinking or even saying, Miss Optimistic, I have actually learned a lot from my AI. It taught me box breathing, CBT work, shit, panic attack modules. And I literally reframed it. You're right. You're right. Okay. Let's be fair. AI is an incredible library of mechanics. It can teach you the how to of a stress management better than any textbook. But the gap is most people miss that knowing the mechanics of a ship won't make you a captain. You can learn every stress management technique in the world from that chat GPT bot. But if you only use those skills when there is a bot behind your back, you have not healed. You have just disciplined yourself through an outsourcing company. Okay? Someone is patting your back while you are talking. That's not helpful. So, perspective is simple. It can give you a map, but it cannot walk the path for you. Rather than using the skills to change their lives, they are still there. Learning a breathing exercise from AI is great, but using that breathing exercise so you can endure another year of being in a toxic relationship, that's just high tech endurance. Let's get really honest for a second, okay? I'm 32 and I have spent 2 years of checking my patterns. I can name my triggers like I'm reading a grocery list, like apple, banana, orange. I told myself I'm healed, I'm aware, I know this, I know that. But this awareness is not healing, it's just a better way of watch myself drown. We use AI to identify our patterns. We feel a rush of confidence and think, oh, I know this now, so that means I'm healed. And then the world hits you. There is someone who says the wrong thing, there is someone on the road who makes a face, a car driver who gave you a middle finger. Everything vanished there. That small interaction makes you ruminate for hours. Hours. Despite being the healed persona you have built, you explode or you cave. That's on you. So, where is that lesson that you learned? Where is it? It vanished the moment you need it because you have been healing in a space with vacuum, and you have spent your hours ruminating over small things, over social cues, over reading every small thing, and you have become a reader of your own misery. You are no longer in touch with yourself. 2026, we are seeing the rise of a confident fraud because we feel more confident. We have the language of therapy. We can talk about boundaries. We can talk about gaslighting, the panics, the attachment styles, but that confidence is fragile because it was built in a chat window. A chat window where no one can come and hurt you. You spend hours ruminating to understand a thought. And when you do that, you are not solving a problem. You are just keeping your brain in a state of high alert where alarm is constantly going on. You are training your brain that safety comes from thinking, not from being the actual person. So you take your pride in healing? Still? Good. Because I'm going to ask you a hard question now. Can you hold that confidence when AI is not there? And a real human, a friend, is being mean to you. A narcissist person is coming to you and asking you the wrong question, like, when did I do that? Tell me about that. Your brain goes off. If you still explode, if you still people please, and in your brain you're thinking,
Oh, I should not be doing this.
you are not healed, my dear. You are just well informed. The AI told you what you are. It can't tell you how to say it yourself. When the situations get louder and you have nothing to say, this is the part where AI has to stop. And when it stops, your real life, which is very messy, it has to begin. AI can help you ruminate for 10,000 hours. It will never get tired of your theories, never, but it is also your biggest distraction. While you're talking to the bot, you are avoiding a conversation from a person that you actually need to speak to. And as long as you stay there, you're safe from change. So we do the fix. If you are feeling yourself getting stuck in a vortex, we have to break the physical loop. Don't go to bot yet. Okay, before doing all these 5 exercises, don't go there. Break the loop. You need to remind your brain that the safety that you need, it won't come from a screen. So you do these 5 exercises and then still you are not in your right mind. Okay, you go to chatbot. Okay, you go there. If you want to go there, no one can stop you. But we do, number one, the cold shock. Okay, if you are not feeling well, if someone was mean to you, splash of freezing water on your face. There is something called mammalian drive reflex, which will drop your heart rate and pulls you out of your head. The sensory audit. Identify 3 things in the room that are ugly. Why? Because AI is always pretty, it is always polite. So you have to look for not pretty, ugly, and messy things. The vagus nervous reset. Lay on your back, interlock your fingers behind your head without moving your head. Look to the far right, and then you feel a yawn until you feel a yawn or a sigh, and then look to your left until you feel. And if this is still not working, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. 5 things that you can see that are not a screen, 4 things that you can touch that are not plastic, 3 things you can smell, 2 things that you can hear, and 1 thing you can taste. Do this 5 4 3 2 1 exercise and you will be out of that spiral loop. And last thing, do a psychological sigh. Two quick inhales through the nose and one long exhale through the mouth. Like this. Do that in a regulated way, and this is the fastest way to hard reset your nervous system. At the end of the day, the AI can tell you that you are amazing, but it cannot stand beside you when you finally tell your boss no. It cannot stand beside you when you finally confront a friend that's being mean to you, or a family member that have ill intentions for you. It cannot hold your hand when you realize you have been a people pleaser for all your life. Healing is a journey. You have to walk with people who have the capacity to disagree with you. AI, don't get me wrong, AI is a powerful tool. It's good for journeying, it's good for learning basic coping skills, but it is a poor healer for your soul, for your nervous system, and relying on it for a deep seated trauma mending is like learning a skill from a barber or learning how to swim by reading a manual. You can learn the theory, but you will still sink without someone being there to help you or to catch your breath. So much for watching. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, a comment, a like, or a share. Comment below if you think that you have used AI generated panic attack script ever in a fight, or if it has helped you. That is a big thumbs up as well. But don't rely on it forever. I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.